Did you hear what's being built in the U.S. right now?
Announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it.
Welcome to Abilene, Texas. This is the site of Project Stargate, a very mysterious, much talked about, much speculated about project that brings together OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle.
But with change comes questions like the water supply.
Currently being built, but that will expand to 20 and other locations beyond the Abilene location, which is our first location.
New industry here to the Abilene market. The Abilene area is honestly very rich in power and energy.
Abilene is a town on the western central plains of Texas. We kind of scratch and fight for everything good that comes our way.
I said, "Well, is the president going to come see you?" And I said, "Well, he hasn't texted me yet." So.
I'm thrilled we get to do this in the United States of America.
It's sort of the largest infrastructure bill in human history. It's going to create new ways of doing business. It's going to create new ways of invention. And it's going to really drive humanity.
Well, this project shows us how much the world is about to change. In the next 5 to 10 years, your life will be totally different. There's going to be a greater divide between the rich and poor. The moves you make right now is going to decide which side you're going to be on. Now, let's talk about the stocks that will benefit directly with this transition. Number one is NVIDIA. Every single one of those new data centers are going to be filled with GPUs, more than likely from NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still the pick and shovel play of the AI gold rush. Two is Amazon. Through AWS, Amazon already runs most of the internet. When $500 billion flows into AI, AWS becomes a central nervous system of that global economy. Now, you can't build an AI future without a ridiculous amount of energy. Oklo's advanced nuclear reactors provide cheap, clean, and reliable energy that makes this expansion possible. That puts him at a position to explode tremendously in value. Now, last is IonQ. Classic computing will soon hit its limit. Quantum computing is the next frontier, and IonQ is one of those few public companies out there that are positioned to do well. Moments like this, where the future is laid out right in front of you, you know the drivers, and you have the opportunity to invest is rare.
And you won't be able to invest because you do not fit. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto thy foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. If anybody that knows about anything, when you talk about Stargate, now, I remember the show, the movie, when it came out, the show, and I'm going to read it real quick. It says, AI plot. Stargate franchise plot revolves around Earth discovering an ancient alien device, the Stargate, a portal for near instant travel to other worlds, leading to secret military teams like SG-1 exploring the galaxy, encountering advanced races, and defending Earth from threats like the parasitic or godlike, I forgot how you say that, who enslaved humanity in the past, and blah, 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 blah. So the key thing about Stargate was the actual door to open to different worlds. Now, they already have a program by the name of CERN. All right, let's see if I can get that real quick. CERN portal. Oh, go figure, huh? Oh, I typed it in wrong. CERN portals reference to various digital access points for CERN's resources, primarily the CERN Open Data portal for shared research, like from Atlas. That's why you have 3i Atlas. Okay, the 3i Atlas situation that they have, saying an asteroid, but it's not an asteroid. It's coming. Okay, that's one. It says students and researchers, and also includes platform like Zodo from the General Scientific Data, plus public outreach for science gateway. So the key to everything is a gate. All right, gate to what? To another realm, another world. Now it may seem far fetched, but I just read the plot of Stargate, and all of a sudden you have these data centers. Now, through the spirit, I've been saying it about the data centers. Matter of fact, let me type that in. Data center, a dedicated physical facility housing vast networks of servers, storage, and networking equipment to process, store, distribute large amounts of data. Now, they make mention of where is all this, and this particular is going to need a lot of energy. And through spirit, I said it. What did he say that at? This guy, I believe he bought TikTok. Hold on.
Currently being built, but that will expand to 20 and other locations beyond the Abilene location, which is our first location.
New industry here to the Abilene market.
So what's going on? Just like the film, it showed you in that movie, The Matrix. I always bring it up, the Machine City. These data centers is not. These are central areas where all this computerized information is going to be housed, and it needs to be built up. So when Trump spent trillions of dollars into this industry, they want to bring in this thing. And Elon Musk, what did he say? Elon Musk, out of his own mouth. So if I can get that real quick. Out of his own mouth, he said, what? I'm going to type it in. Oops. Sorry. Elon Musk. Let me see. But demons. Demon mode? No, demon. Or was it Elon Musk? It was Elon Musk that said it, right? Let's see, type it in. Not semen retention. Did I put semen? I put semen. That's summon. No, summon.
Careful about artificial intelligence. If I were to guess at what our biggest existential threat is, it's probably that.
Start and ask you if you could elaborate a little bit on what we've seen on the video.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Out of the demon's own mouth. So these data centers is going to be housing a mass manufacture of artificial intelligence that could be housed by these demons. Which is ironically funny because when you look at any film whatsoever, you think it's just a film, but come to find out these are predictive programming. This is them allowing the people to understand what they're trying to do. These people are heavy into witchcraft, heavily built into witchcraft. This is why there's a massive land grab. Elon Musk, is in Memphis, Tennessee right now, and that data center, and they're saying that place is being polluted. They're polluting the people, and people's utility bills is going skyrocketing. They're polluting the people. They're doing all sorts of matter to the people for this information that they desired. Let me read this. Hear this guy again.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where is the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out. Careful, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Just like it says in let me get that real quick. I did this before. They gotta build this shit. They gotta build this thing up. That's what they're doing. They're literally building these centers to house this specific type of entities. Just like in time past. Matter of fact, I go to my favorite. Wisdom of Solomon 14. Actually, it's further up. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 14 about 8. But that which is made with hands is cursed, as well it, as he that made it, he because he made it, and it because being corruptible, it was called a God. It was called God. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. So they creating these things. They allowing these things to be harvest, and not realizing that. Well, they realizing what the fuck they're doing, but people don't know. This is idols being made one-on-one again. All right. Now these idols are gonna be able to talk and mimic. I was watching Black Mirror. There was an episode of Black Mirror with Miley Cyrus. Just so I get that right there. And that episode was kind of stupid, but it was good because it showed you. She was a so-called pop artist, and this one right here. So she was unconscious, and her brain, her brain wave was in the computer. So her spirit or her memory went into this little device, okay, and called for rescue, while the other half was building a sentient being like her to replace her. So here it is. They show you these things. It wasn't the greatest episode, but they showed you. Like this is why you have a lot of artists that pass, and AI all of a sudden is showing videos of the artists that passed long ago, looks exactly how they are, and using their image. Then you have music. They're replacing music and so forth. These are the things. Things have to be established, and now AI's artificial intelligence is taking over. Okay, they taking over, and it says, go back to this. For that which is made shall be punished together with all that made it, and this is why the scripture says this real quick. Isaiah 19. And 2. Matter of fact, 19 and 1. It says, the burden of Egypt. America is Egypt, Babylon, Assyria, Nineveh. Multiple different names, all in one. The Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come unto Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved. Now before, yeah, we thinking it's just the standard statues and so forth, which it is. But in reality, the idols that's being created right now is what's going to be moved in that moment. These little these data centers, they're going to be moved. It's going to have no power at all to fight up against the Lord. That the Lord's coming in chariots, countless chariots, to utterly destroy. Okay, to destroy what? The people that's in position of power. And they trying their best to create some fortified system to harvest their dream. All right. And that dream right now is for them to reach that goal of immortality. And they believe in their minds that the thing that they're creating is going to help them get there. Amazing. This is why the whole thing of transhumanism. All right. Infusing man with machine. Like the what was it? Star Trek, the Boers. They were nothing. They were machines that was incorporated with man. So that's the idol that Esau is trying to push out there. Okay, that MOTB. That's an idol that he's trying to push. It says, "It shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it." By what? Those ICBM nuclear missiles. So these basically, they're building their own God. Okay. It says, going back to Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 11, it says, "Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be visitation." I just read it. They will be visited. All right. Because in the creature of the Most High, they will become an abomination, a stumbling blocks to the souls of men, a snare to the feet of the unwise. So this is becoming a stumbling block to the people. All right. This is going to be a major stumbling block. They put in all the efforts and time and spending all this money onto this thing. And what I got saying, oh, you got to try to invest. Invest to what? To your own destruction? To your own demise? You know, that shit is suicidal. And it says, "For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life." So these are inventions led by dark forces on these people. "For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever." So when you got to build a whole city like I said, I'm gonna say it like that, like a city, like in order to protect and fortify something that's supposed to be far greater than you, then something's wrong. All right. And they spend all this money for some weird ass insurance to prove that they themselves will be gods. But they're no gods. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it off on this. Ezekiel 28 and 3. It says, I started 1, 2. "Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, and I am a God, I sit in the seat of a God, and in the midst of the seas," which is the seas represent the people. The precept to that is Revelations 17 and 15. "Yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of a God." So Esau is in a God complex. He believes in his heart that he is on a level. Okay? He's fortifying. Here it is out of Elon Musk's own fucking mouth. They're summoning demons. If you summon a demon, you're not a god. Well, demon just means intelligence. So they got people. All right? They got them. It said, "Behold, now, why is it in Daniel?" Oh, I saw something. They interpret, matter of fact, let me see if I can get that. They interpret man's dream. Let me see if I can find that. was it a post? A brother had put it. Scientists. Scientists. Oh, can see. Yeah, they could record man's dream. What else? It was a post. Scientists can see your dreams now, 60%. Now wiser than Daniel. All right. Now wiser. I believe a brother had posted. Let me see something.
I've always been fascinated by what happens in our brain.
But they literally had something where, and that was like, wow. They're wiser than Daniel. You've seen the devil at work. Okay? Like it says in Thessalonians, he's roughly paraphrasing it. He's coming after the workings of Satan. When you go into the word workings, it's energia. All right? Energy. So they're going after the energy of Satan. Yeah, so a brother had posted it. I can't find it. But now they're saying they are able to record dreams. They don't understand them, but they record dreams. And Daniel was known for what? Daniel was known for interpreting dreams without even knowing about it. So there's no secret that they can hide from thee. So this shows you that, yeah, Esau is on a fucking level. The Lord put him on that level. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding that has gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and that by thy traffic has thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, because thou hast set in thy heart as the heart of God. When the heart is a Hebrew word lab, so they set their mind as gods. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, a terrible of nations, and they shall draw swords against thy beauty, which is their wisdom, their knowledge, their understanding. All right? And they shall defile thy brightness by what? Those ICBM nuclear missiles. So despite all this man is doing, he is going to meet his maker. He's going to be destroyed. And the left-hand side is not going to be able to deliver him from the set destruction. So, if anything a man should invest in, is investing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because Esau's about to lose all. All right? He's about to lose everything. And they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of man, of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slay thee, I am a God? But thou shalt be a man, and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. So they're no gods. All right? Esau is not a god. He's a nobody. So with that being said, something real quick to the spirit. Shalom up to the elect of the nations. Shalom.